Hey everybody, welcome to episode 5 of What I Watched, and this is what I watched in February 2022. Yes. Alright, so this one we got 20 movies. I know we had the last one I think it was like 26. So a little bit less than last time, but still quite a bit of movies for this one. So this video might get long, might get over 40 minutes, but I'm gonna try to keep this under 50 minutes. So, all right, I guess let's go ahead and get started. All right, February 2nd. Okay, February 2nd. I watched for the first time a Tim Burton movie. I watched it, of course, for my Tim Burton ranking. That was Dark Shadows. Yeah, I didn't like Dark Shadows very much. I think most people don't like it that much, and I don't know. I mean, I won't say it's like a terrible movie. It's not great, but I don't know. It was mostly just boring for me, and it wasn't that funny either. Johnny Depp was okay. Michelle Pfeiffer was okay. Eva Green was pretty good. I did like Eva Green in this movie. She was my favorite part of the movie. But yeah, Dark Shadows, I wasn't a fan. I think this is a one and done for me. I probably will never watch it again. It's not really a good movie. I didn't hate it though. So Dark Shadows, it gets 2 stars. Yeah. All right. February 4th. I watched for February 4th. I watched a movie that I almost reviewed for the channel. But I fucked up in the review. I actually did record a review for it. But what I did, you see, this next movie, it's in black and white, and what I was going to do was I was going to put my video in black and white. I was actually going to do something creative with my videos for once. Um, but see, I did that, but it made the audio out of sync with the video, and yeah, and it just didn't work out because of that. So yeah, that was me trying to do something different, but it didn't work. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I never got to review this movie, but I'm going to talk about now. That was Nebraska. Yes, Nebraska, directed by Alexander Payne, who's the same director of Sideways, which I have reviewed that movie for the channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. Um, yeah, this is the second Alexander Payne film I've seen after Sideways, and I loved it. I loved this movie, just like I loved Sideways. Bruce Dern is in this movie. He's great, as well as a surprisingly good performance by Will Forte. He was also very good in this film, surprisingly, because Will Forte is a comedian, but he plays the straight man in this movie, and he's actually really good. Same with Bob Odenkirk. Also, Bob Odenkirk is also in this movie, and both of them are both Bob Odenkirk and Will Forte. They're both comedians, but they both play the straight man. And then Bruce Dern and June Squibb, who plays Bruce Dern's wife, they are the comedic they are the comic reliefs in the movie. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. And plus, this movie's in black and white, and it's kind of interesting that it's in black and white. I don't really understand why they decided to put it in black and white, but the black and white cinematography is beautiful. It looks awesome. So yeah, I loved Nebraska. I thought this was a very well made film. And yeah, I don't think I like it as much as Sideways. I like Sideways a little better, but I also loved Nebraska. I really enjoyed it. And I gave Nebraska, I gave that 4.5 stars. Yeah. And that was a first time watch, too. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, first time watch was Nebraska. Okay, all right, February 6th. Okay, this was also a first time watch. In this movie, because I didn't get to review Nebraska, I was also going to try this one. But I fucked up with it too. Um, that was Cruella. Yeah. I talked a little bit about Cruella in my what was it? My ranking for all the Emma Stone movies I've seen. But I'll talk more about it here. Yeah, Cruella. This movie is honestly the most confusing movie I have ever seen. I'm not joking. It's confusing as hell. Um, Even more confusing as a David fucking Lynch film. And I've seen all the David Lynch movies. He's my favorite director. I love David Lynch, and yeah, his movies, like his most confusing movie, Inland Empire, has nothing on Cruella. Cruella is even more confusing than Inland Empire. I'm not kidding. And the reason why it's so confusing, not necessarily the story is confusing. No, it's actually I can't decide whether or not this is a good movie or a bad movie. It's honestly, it's both. This is both a good and a bad movie, Cruella. Um, like I don't know, it has a lot of stuff that was really bad, like really, really bad. They had a really stupid twist in the movie. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. There's actually quite a bit of twists, but there was one twist in particular that was like, I don't know. Actually, I want to say it was like at the end of the second act, maybe, but it was really stupid, and I didn't understand why they did that. But they did actually pay it off with the ending to the film, which was actually pretty good. It had a really good ending, I have to say. But I don't know. This is a weird movie. Emma Stone, she's okay. For the most part, she's pretty good, but there's some moments where she was kind of eh. But I don't know. Emma Thompson, on the other hand, Emma Thompson was actually really good. Like, she was even better than Emma Stone, I thought. Emma Thompson's performance, but Emma Stone wasn't bad. Um, this movie wasn't funny though. This movie, it wasn't very funny. Those two guys that are in 101 Dalmatians, were they Jasper and Horace, I think is their names. Like, they're in this movie and they're supposed to be like the comic reliefs, and they're not funny. They're not. But yeah, this movie, it's mixed. It's a mixed bag. I was even having trouble of like, I didn't even know exactly what rating to give it originally because I was so confused by it. Like, I was thinking to myself, is this a good or bad movie? I can't tell. Like, it's not terrible, I have to say, but it's also not a masterpiece, you know? It's like right in the middle. So I'm giving Cruella, the, um, I'm giving it rating, probably the rating that would be best for it. That would be a 3-star rating. So yeah, Cruella gets 3 stars. Okay, February 7th, I watched for the first time a movie I reviewed. Go check it out if you haven't already. That was Training Day. And unfortunately, I don't own Training Day yet. I still need to get it sometime. I don't know when I will. But I actually loved Training Day. And this movie surprised me. I did not think I was going to love Training Day. I thought that, like I said in my review, I thought that this would just be decent at best. But no, I end up loving this movie. I end up loving Training Day, and both Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke were both amazing in this film. Yeah, I love Training Day. It's a really awesome movie, and honestly, one of my favorite movies of 2001. So expect that to be in the 2001 top 10 list sometime soon. I'll do that. But yeah, Training Day, that gets 4.5 stars. Okay, all right. So these next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These next 7 films I've already talked about. They're all from the year 2006. I wanted to watch these movies just to see where they go on my 2006 top 10 list. My top 10 favorite movies of 2006 list. Which, by the way, that list is actually inaccurate now because the ranking that I have for these movies, I actually switched up some of the positions of where they were in the top 10 list. You'll see and you'll see it later, but yeah, unfortunately the top 10 favorite movies of 2006 is actually inaccurate now. But yeah, I'll mention it when we get there. But I'm not going to talk too much about these since I already did. So I'll talk maybe brief thoughts, but yeah, okay. All right. First one, and all these were rewatches, by the way. So yeah. First one was Little Miss Sunshine, which was my number one of that list. And that stays. That definitely stays. This should have won Best Picture. Fuck The Departed, like I said before. Much better movie than The Departed, in my opinion. So yeah, 5 stars. 5 fucking stars. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Little Miss Sunshine, yeah. Okay, February 9th, I watched 2 movies. First one was one of my favorite animated films, Over the Hedge. That was my number 2 in that list. It still holds up. Still really holds up, this movie. I loved it whenever I was a kid, and it still holds up. One of my favorite DreamWorks movies. It might be my favorite. I don't know. But yeah, this gets 4 stars, I believe. 4 stars. Over the Hedge. Okay, and the second one I watched for February 9th was a movie I reviewed for the channel. Go check it out. That is Children of Men. I didn't like it as much as the first time I watched it. You know, it kind of went down a little bit for me, but I still enjoy it. It's still a good movie. Alfonso Cuarón, of course, directed this, and Clive Owen's very good in this movie, but I like him better in another movie that we'll get to later. But Children of Men, yeah, that gets 3.5 stars. Okay, February 10th, Accepted. Very underrated comedy film about these kids who didn't get accepted into other colleges, so they start their own fake college. It's really good. Justin Long's in this, as well as Blake Lively, and of course Jonah Hill. Ask me about my wiener. Yeah, and I love Lewis Black as well. He's hilarious in this movie. Yeah, Accepted. That one gets 3.5 stars. These next few films are going to get 3.5 stars. It's going to be very repetitive, but just bear with me. Okay, February 11th, I watched Inside Man. I like Clive Owen in this movie better than Children of Men, and I like the movie itself better than Children of Men. It's more entertaining. There's some slow moments, but still, it's entertaining. And also, I forgot to mention, this is also a Spike Lee joint. And yeah, I'll talk more about it whenever I do my Spike Lee ranking in the future. But yeah, and also another great performance by Denzel Washington, and as well as Jodie Foster. But yeah, anyways, Inside Man, that's 3.5 stars as well, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. February 12th. I don't have this movie, but February 12th, Borat. Yeah, Borat. It's a good comedy, good comedy. It's funny. It's really weird, but it's still funny. Sacha Baron Cohen, of course, is awesome as Borat, and yeah, I like Borat a lot. I need to get it someday, but yeah, 3.5 stars. And I haven't seen the sequel yet, but maybe I will. I don't know. February 13th. All right, now this movie I actually like quite a bit now. Despite it having 3.5 stars, but still, I actually like this movie quite a bit. That is 300. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right, here's the thing. 300 was actually an honorable mention in my 2006, in my top 10 favorite movies of 2006. But as you'll see in this ranking, I'll go ahead and say it. I have 300 higher than both Inside Man and Children of Men, which were both in my top 10 favorite movies of 2006. So that's why that list isn't accurate anymore. But no, I actually really like 300. I do. I think it's a really cool film. I mean, it's not an amazing film, but there's definitely flaws. But it's just a cool action movie, and it has really cool visuals and whatnot. It just looks cool, you know. Um, yeah, 300. Also, three and a half stars. Okay, all right. February 15th. Now we can finally break the 3.5 star train. But um, February 15th is a David Lynch film. This was the last David Lynch movie I watched for my ranking. And go check out my David Lynch ranking if you haven't already. That was Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Because originally I was going to finish season 2 of Twin Peaks, but I skipped it and just went straight into this. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, maybe not, but Twin Peaks was actually kind of boring me. And this movie, yeah, it's kind of boring too, but it was a little bit more entertaining than at least season 2 of Twin Peaks. So yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't even like it that much, but I thought it was okay. Cheryl Lee as Laura Palmer is really good in this movie. Yeah, it's okay. Fire Walk with Me. It was cool seeing Laura Palmer in this movie. So yeah. But yeah, Fire Walk with Me, that gets 3 stars. Okay, February 16th. This is a Stanley Kubrick film. This is his very first film. I watched it for the first time. And that is Fear and Desire. Fear and Desire, it's okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. It's just okay. I think for a first time Stanley Kubrick film, it's not bad. It's really short. It's only like 60 minutes, something like that. It's around 60 minutes. Yeah, it's really short. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't really have much to say about Fear and Desire. Other than, I will say though, the version I watched it on Amazon Prime, and the version I watched was actually in color, and I think it was actually it's supposed to be in black and white. I think like when it very first came out, it was in color or in black and white. But I guess there's a colorized version. Well, there is a colorized version of it, and the color in the colorized version looks like shit. Honestly, like they did a really bad job with the coloring of this film. Like honestly, it probably looks better in black and white. I didn't watch it in black and white, but if you do happen to watch this movie, don't watch the one in color that's on Amazon Prime. I don't know. Just try to find a black and white version of it because the color looks like shit. It really does. But yeah, Fear and Desire, that one gets 3 stars as well. It was okay. Wasn't great. But, all right. February 17th, watched 2 movies, and they're both animated films. First one, this is for a ranking I'm working on. I'm started working on. I don't know when it'll be, probably late in the year, maybe even next year, because there's a lot of movies I gotta watch for this ranking. But this is for my Disney ranking, and I'm watching all these in order. This is the only one I watched so far in that ranking, but I started, of course, with the very first Disney animated film that was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And this was, believe it or not, this was actually my very first time watching Snow White, at least all the way through. I think I might have watched some of it whenever I was a kid, but I don't remember much from it. So this was my first time watching it all the way through, and I'll go ahead and say it's pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part. There are some scenes in the movie I kind of felt like kind of went on for a little bit too long, but I kind of get why, because this was Disney's first film and they're like trying to show off their animation style, which was very impressive. And the animation in this film still holds up to this day. It still looks amazing. And this came out in 1937, for crying out loud. It looks amazing. Like, it doesn't even look dated. It looks really great, really good, even now. So, Snow White, it's good. It's a very good film. It's a very good animated film. I enjoyed it. And I wouldn't mind watching it again sometime. It was good. I gave that one 3.5 stars. All right, and the second one I watched, another animated film, although this time it was a Pixar film, and this is of course for my Pixar ranking, and this is one of my favorite Pixar movies now. I always liked it even as a kid, but as of right now, this is my second favorite Pixar movie after Monsters Inc. I even like this better than the first Toy Story now, and I didn't even think that would happen. But after rewatching it, yeah, I love this movie. Ratatouille. I actually did a review on Ratatouille back whenever I still did my rewatch review. So go check that out if you haven't already. But very good film. I love Ratatouille even more now. It's just such a good movie. You know, Remy the rat, great character. I love Patton Oswalt. You know, he did a great performance as Remy. Yeah, Ratatouille is a great film. Yeah, sorry, I don't really have a whole lot to say other than it's a great film. So, yeah, that gets 4.5 stars. 4.5. Okay, I guess this video will be a little bit shorter than I thought, but all right. Even though we're already at the 20-minute mark, but yeah. Okay, we got 5 more movies. Okay, February 18th. I rewatched another movie that I reviewed for the channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. That was Hugo. Yes, Hugo. I watched this for my Martin Scorsese ranking, and I love Hugo. I love it like a lot now. Even more than I did whenever I reviewed it. Yeah, very good film. This looks awesome. It was in 3D whenever it came out, and the visuals look really cool. Everybody does a great job in this film, performance-wise. Asa Butterfield, or is his name Asa Butterfield? Yeah, Asa Butterfield, Chloe Grace Moretz, Ben Kingsley, Sacha Baron Cohen, all great in this film. The only thing that the only negative I have for it though, I don't really like some of the editing, some of the cuts in this movie. I kind of felt it just felt a little weird. Like, I don't know, the editing wasn't great. I think okay for the most part, I think it was okay, but I don't know. There were some cuts that I didn't really like in this movie, but other than that, this is a great film, and it's probably going to be high up there in my Scorsese ranking. As of right now, I think it's my third favorite after Taxi Driver and After Hours. So yeah, Hugo, great film. I gave that one 4.5 stars. Okay. All right. February 21st. This was my most recent review. That was, of course, Parasite. Watched it for the first time. Won't talk about too much. Just go watch my review. But yeah, I like it. I just don't love it. But I still enjoyed it. I also had some editing issues too. Just like I did with Hugo. But I love Hugo. This movie, I don't love it, but it's still good. It's still good. I just don't think it's a masterpiece like everyone says it is. But it's still very good. Parasite, I gave that 3.5 stars. Okay. February 23rd, I watched for the first time another Tim Burton film. That was Frankenweenie. And that's the animated Frankenweenie, not the live-action short film, which I have seen, and it's pretty good. It has Shelley Duvall and Daniel Stern in it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually own it on VHS, actually. Frankenweenie, the animated version, though, is even better. I really enjoyed Frankenweenie. I thought it was a really, really good film. Really good animated film by Tim Burton. I don't think I like it as much as Nightmare Before Christmas, even though Nightmare Before Christmas, of course, wasn't directed by Tim Burton, but was, written and produced by him. So, but yeah, I still enjoyed Frankenweenie. I thought it was really cool. I like that it's in black and white with computer animation, or was it stop motion? I'm not sure. I don't know. Might have been stop motion actually, like claymation maybe. Could have been, but it's really cool that it's in black and white though. I liked that aspect a lot. So yeah, Frankenweenie, I gave that 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it very much. Yeah. Okay, got two more. February 25th, I watched for the first time another Best Picture winner. Both Parasite and A Beautiful Mind. I'm doing for my my ranking for all the Best Picture winners I've seen. So I had both. I explained this in my Parasite review, but I had both of these movies, and along with Gladiator and Gone with the Wind. And as I'm recording this, I have seen Gladiator, but I won't talk about it because I actually watched it just yesterday. I'm recording this on March 2nd, and I finished Gladiator on March 1st. So I won't be talking about Gladiator in this video. Yeah, you'll have to wait either for the March what I watched video or the ranking video. I don't know, but either one, I don't know. Anyway, so but I watched for the first time A Beautiful Mind. This along with Training Day, this movie also surprised me. I wasn't expecting to like this movie, and I liked it a lot. Now, I almost love this movie. Like originally, I was going to give this 4.5 stars, but however, I did have a problem with the third act of the film. I felt like it was rushed. But other than that, this is an amazing film. This is a biopic about a guy who, honestly, I never even heard of before I saw this movie, John Nash. I didn't know who John Nash was before I saw this movie. And John Nash, those of y'all who don't know, he was a very smart dude. He knew a lot about math and stuff. But he had a really bad case of mental illness, and Russell Crowe, by the way, plays him amazingly in this film. But what's really cool about this movie, and what makes it very unique for a biopic, is the way they reveal the mental illness in this movie. I'm not going to say how they do it. I won't spoil the movie, but just in case you haven't seen it. But I will say, though, if you haven't seen this movie and you don't know who John Nash is, watch it now. Because like I said, I didn't know who John Nash was. And I watched this movie, and I did know that this was a biopic. But I was like, but the whole time I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is this seriously real? Like whenever it was first starting, I was like, is this real? But then the reveal of his mental illness happened, and I was like, whoa, that was really cool. Just how, like I said, how they revealed the mental illness is genius. It is awesome how they do it. But yeah, like I said, Russell Crowe is amazing in this film, as well as Jennifer Connelly, who won the Oscar. She won Best Supporting Actress, well deserved because she's awesome in this movie. And I just want to say Jennifer Connelly is one of the most gorgeous women on the planet. I just wanted to say that. But yeah. But yeah, Russell Crowe, he was nominated, but he lost to Denzel Washington for Training Day, which honestly, I do agree with that because I did like him better. But still, Beautiful Mind. And yeah, and Ron Howard directed this too. I forgot to mention. But yeah, I really enjoyed A Beautiful Mind. So yeah, definitely watch this movie. I mean, watch it either way, whether you know who John Nash is or not. But especially if you don't know who John Nash is, I recommend watching this movie because this will blow your mind. But yeah, Beautiful Mind. That gets 4 stars. 4 stars. Okay, and the last movie, this is the very last one I watched in February 26th. I rewatched another movie that I've seen for that I reviewed for the channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. That was Spike Lee's very first joint, She's Gotta Have It. And She's Gotta Have It, I liked a lot whenever the very first time I saw it, and I still like it pretty much as much as I did the first time. Now, whenever I was rewatching it, I wasn't really paying attention to it like fully. Unfortunately, I don't know. I was kind of I was kind of like in a weird place, I guess, that day, and I just kind of didn't really pay attention to all of it. But but at least I've seen it before, so that didn't really affect me. And whenever I was paying attention, I liked it as much as I did the first time. So She's Gotta Have It. I might rewatch it again, like after I finish the ranking, maybe just for the hell of it. But She's Gotta Have It. Great film though, nonetheless. Very good debut film from Spike Lee. Debut joint, I should say, not film. Yeah, She's Gotta Have It. That one gets 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars. All right, there we go. There's all my films I watched in February 2022. Now, let's quickly get to the ranking from 20 to 1. All right, from my least favorite to my favorite. All right, let's go ahead. Number 20 is Dark Shadows. Number 19, Fear and Desire. Number 18, Cruella. 17, Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me. 16, Children of Men. 15, Borat. 14, Parasite. 13, Inside Man. Excuse me. 12 is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. 11 is Frankenweenie. Number 10 is 300, which, yeah, it's weird that now I like 300 better than Inside Man and Children of Men, but yeah, so that really fucks up my top 10 list for 2006 now, like I said before. But anyways, yeah, number 10 is 300. Number 9 is Accepted. Number 8, A Beautiful Mind. Number 7 is She's Gotta Have It. Number 6 is Over the Hedge. Number 5, Training Day. Number 4, Ratatouille. Oops, sorry. Number 3 is Hugo. Number 2 is Nebraska. And number 1 is Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah. All right, there we go. There's what I watched in March of 2022. So in the comments, tell me. No, not March. I said March. I meant to say February. What I watched in February 2022. I don't know. I'm tired, I guess. So in the comments, tell me, what did you watch in February 2022? And also, what was give me your favorite movies I listed. Yeah. What was your favorite movies I listed? All right, so please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. And I'll see you next time. That will be my very first music video. Not music video, but my video on music, since now I'm starting to do music on this channel. That will be my top 10 favorite Ween songs. Yeah, Ween is my favorite band. So, yeah, look out for that. All right, so I'll see you then. Okay. Peace.